वो हम समझ गए वो तो वो हम को रखा है ये जो पढ़ाता था ना वो जो लिखता था वो खूब शार्पनेस के साथ क्या चलता था और जरूर हाँ नोट्स नहीं बोर्ड पे जो पढ़ाया वो देखा ये ऐसे में गर्दन दर्द कर जाएगा नॉर्मल रखो
नॉर्मल बिल्कुल न कर
हाँ वो इसके ओलंपिक आसन पर रख के वो बेकार है वो इसे में देखो ना लग रहा है चोटी पर रखा नॉर्मल रख दो
Nandini ma'am, kindly mute your call, ma'am. Rahul sir, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, good morning.
Okay, sir. Sir, shall we start, sir?
Yeah, sure, sure. Sorry, it was because of network issue I joined
Okay,
late
sir.
for 20
Okay.
minutes.
Okay. Good morning, sir. I welcome our principal also to this webinar. Susan ma'am and Suvachla ma'am, are you ready, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning and warm welcome to the esteemed personalities to our national webinar on research paper writing using smart LMS and publication organized by St. Mary's Centenary Degree College. I take this opportunity to welcome our Honorable Principal, Reverend Father Dr. P. Anthony Vinay to this webinar. I also take the privilege of inviting Mr. Rahul BhanuBhai Chauhan, the resource person of the day, to this virtual platform.
Hello,
I
good morning.
welcome all the participants behind the success of this webinar. I am happy to share with you that around 496 participants registered
Okay.
till Thursday from various states of India and two members from other foreign countries. I also invite our colleagues of St. Mary's Centenary Degree College to this program. A day without prayer is a day without blessing, and a life without prayer is a life without power. To start our session, let's invite Mrs. Susanna,
Can you
Assistant
call me
Professor,
on Monday,
Department
ma'am?
of Commerce, to lead us with
What is
Bible reading.
your
Ma'am?
daughter's name?
Yes, ma'am. A reading from the letter of St. James,
Please,
chapter 1,
please give me
verses 3
your
to 5.
application number on Monday, ma'am. I'll check and
For you
take
know
it.
that the testing of your faith
This is not from
makes you steadfast.
holiday.
Let your steadfastness become perfect
Yeah.
with deeds, that
Yes.
you yourselves may be mature and whole, lacking in nothing. If any one of you is lacking in wisdom, let him ask God, who gives it to everyone generously and ungrudgingly, and it will be given to him. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
Thank you, Susan, ma'am. Now I invite our Honorable Principal, Reverend Father Dr. P. Anthony Vinay, to present his inaugural address. Father, kindly unmute, ma'am.
Good morning and welcome to all the participants to this national webinar on research paper writing using smart LMS and publication organized by IQAC of our college. We are thankful to Mr. Rahul Chauhan for accepting our invitation to be the resource person of the day and sparing his valuable time for the cause of improving the research quality of the participants. I appreciate and welcome all the participants to this webinar. I am very happy to note that around 496 participants responded to our invitation from around 16 states of our country and even from some other countries like Oman and Europe. So we extend a warm welcome to all of you. As Neil Armstrong once stated, research is creating new knowledge. So, to acquire knowledge, one must study. To acquire wisdom, one must observe. And that is possible only through research. No product is made today, no person moves today, nothing is collected, analyzed, or communicated without some digital technology being an integral part of it. So, that in itself speaks to the overwhelming value of digital technology. So today, the resource person covers an important aspect of research paper writing, that is, using smart LMS. Research must continue to be the centerpiece of intellectual life, and our commitment to research must grow because our problems are growing day by day. Thus, research can be undertaken in any kind of environment. So today's topic is research paper writing and publication, which is an important requirement for any academician and research scholar. There is a growing need and importance to publish research articles and papers in UGC care listed journals, Scopus indexed, and Web of Science, and in other eminent publications. So I'm confident that this webinar will help all the participants to gain insights about research paper writing and publication, and the demonstration of Mr. Rahul Chauhan on using smart LMS technology will help every one of us to make research paper writing simplified as well as effective. So I take this opportunity to appreciate Dr. P. Kalyani, our Dean Academics, for taking responsibility as the convener of the national webinar, and also congratulate all our HODs and the teaching staff for their effective coordination and collaboration. I wish you all the best. God bless you and have a great day.
Thank you, Father. Thank you so much for your valuable insights and for your support and motivation to take up this national level webinar. I'm here to communicate to all the participants that with the capacity of our Google Meets are exceeding, you can able to view this webinar through the YouTube link which is provided in your Gmail. So we thank you, Father, for providing valuable inputs about the research paper writing. Now I invite Mrs. Suvarchala Ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, to present the profile of the resource person, Mr. Rahul.
Good morning, one and all. I'm glad to present the profile of today's resource person, Rahul BhanuBhai Chauhan, PhD, a visionary educator and an accomplished researcher. Dr. Rahul BhanuBhai Chauhan has been fervently working towards carving his name for excellence in the field of education and research. With a passion for teaching and an insatiable thirst for knowledge, he has emerged as an visionary educator, inspiring countless minds and shaping the academic landscape. He had embarked on his academic voyage by enrolling in the prestigious Gujarat Technological University, where he pursued his doctoral degree in philosophy, PhD. The culmination of his research efforts resulted in a thought provoking thesis titled Investors' Perceptions and Portfolio Management Practices, which are adopted by millennials from municipal corporation cities of Gujarat. As a catalyst for knowledge dissemination, Dr. Chauhan found his true calling in teaching. Since July 2018, he has been an integral part of Parul Institute of Business Administration, Parul University, Baroda. Since 2018, where he is serving as an assistant professor. His profound insights and engaging teaching style have earned him admiration and respect from both students and colleagues alike. He has served as a project guide to many students, mentoring and inspiring them to achieve their academic and professional aspirations. It is important to note that Dr. Chauhan's quest for knowledge and innovation is not confined to just classroom. His passion for research and contribution in the field of finance and management is exemplified by his numerous international paper presentations and publications. Dr. Chauhan has been instrumental in authoring and co authoring several books on diverse topics such as marketing management, marketing research, research methodology, financial management, and many more. Dr. Chauhan's contribution to academia has been bestowed with numerous awards and honors, such as the Best Teacher of the Year Award, Young Researcher Award, Best Young Professor Award, etc. Mr. Rahul BhanuBhai Chauhan has not only presented several research papers at various international conferences, but has also achieved the distinction of having them published in reputed academic journals. Apart from these accolades, Dr. Chauhan's exceptional research work has been recognized with the Faculty Research Excellence Award by Parul University in both 2020 and 21. Dr. Rahul Bhanubai Chauhan's passion for education, dedication to research, and commitment have shaped him into an extraordinary educator and researcher. His journey is a testament to the power of knowledge and the transformative potential of nurturing young minds, inspiring them to become the leaders of tomorrow. We welcome you, sir, to the session.
Thank you, Mrs. Suvachla, ma'am.
Thank
Now
you.
we hand over the session to Mr. Rahul.
Okay. Very good morning to all of you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So very good morning, one and all present over here, and thank you so much for the introduction and all the things. And yes, today we will talk about the research, and it's already highlight because of network by 5 minutes and introduction. So we may directly start with the presentation. My today's talk is divided into the two parts. In first part, I will share some of the presentation slides quickly, and then we will move toward the next part. That is, I will introduce the Smart PLS and one of some of the research paper related to the Smart PLS, and then how to use the Smart PLS for research. So this divided mainly into the two parts. So let's move first toward this first part. I hope my presentation is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No,
So
sir.
today,
No,
yeah,
sir.
yes.
Your presentation, sir.
Okay. So today I am going to talk on the research paper, first research paper publication and writing skill, and then I will move towards the Smart PLS. So first, I would like to share that why we need to do the research and why we need to publish the research in the various journals. So these are again the part of the journal that researcher says that 30 researcher in past 12 months. This researcher says that there are research papers on how to publish the research paper. They published with by 38 researcher in past 12 months. That means 38 researcher has done their research on how to publish research in the reputed research journal. Second point says that around 4 lakh 43 lakh 8,189 researcher work published related and publication ethics and related to it. So this much researchers are working on how to publish a research paper on ethical dilemma, and around 11,702 journals are on publication research and ethics related journals are there. So why I'm showing, and this data are from Publon Research, and why I'm showing this data, because this is not the question of researcher like us, that how to write a research paper, how to select a journal, and how to publish into the reputed journal, but this is the question of all over the world. Many a time it happens that we have done good research, our research paper is quite good in quality as well, but we are not able to judge where we need to publish so that we can get a more rank, right? And many a time it might be, I have seen as an editor, I have also seen that many a time we are sending the research paper, or I'm getting the research paper, and then we are directly asking what about my research paper, what about my research paper within 6 months, within 8 months. But in general, one quality research paper will take a time to 1 year to 2 years for a publication in reputed journal, right? So might be possible the authors, they don't have that much time to wait for the publication, right? So this whole everything is happened with us. So, and because of that only, many a time good research might be we are sending to the XYZ journal, and it will get published within a few months or a few time, and we may say, "Ki bhai, my research paper is not that much good, that's why it is not publishing in any reputed journal." But this is only the dilemma. We have to wait for a time, for a 1 year to 1.5 years and 2 years, and then it will be published in a reputed journal. So this is the first point that we need to work. Second, this is the publication problem, and where we have to think before sending the journal in any of the journals and for the publication. This is a process. That does your research fit the journal's aim and scope? See, we are just preparing research paper. What we are doing, as I attended one of the conference in UK in this April 2023, and one more my paper is accepted in the Oxford University. That the conference will be in the month of this August end, right? And also I presented in Dubai as well as in Oman as well, right? So what they are saying, they are thinking first before they are writing paper, they are targeting the journal, right? So first we have to target the journal, that what are the various types of journal that we need to send. We can have a group of 8 to 10 journal. We may go with the aims and scope of the journal, and then we can write the research paper if it is just a research paper. But in case of PhD research paper, we have to target a journal based on our PhD scope and our PhD aim, right? In that case, the acceptance rate of the journal and of the paper will be the higher. But might be possible, again, we are dealing with some of the dilemma over here, is that we can send, for example, my paper is related to the finance, so I can send my paper in any of the finance related journal. But no, it is not like that. We have to just first check the aim of the journal, and then scope of the journal, and then we have to send to them. Then corrected submission process. We have to also follow the correct submission process. Many a time journal will not take the paper directly with the help of the on our word version, right? They have certain format. We have to follow the each journal different format. If you want to send paper into these 2 or 3 journal, then we have to follow their journal format and their pattern and their correct submission style and everything. Many time I have seen that the reputed journal will ask you the reviewer as well, that you have to send your own 2 or 3 reviewer. Then they have also list of the reviewer. You have to select your from the list of the reviewer, that who will review your paper. Then it is also possible in many of the journals, right? You have to give your review process, your reviewer name from the list of the journal. You have to give at least 2 or 3 reference of your submission for the paper as well, right? So this is what the correct submission process for the reputed journal. And manuscript submission guidelines, we have to also must follow the manuscript submission guidelines, whichever it is given by the, and whatever it is given by the journal, like the size of the font size, then the Times New Roman or Arials, or what they are asking, we have to follow. Then we have to also follow the guidelines for the writing of author name, like how they are asking to write the author name. Many of time they are asking just, for example, my name is Rahul Chauhan, then I can simply write R Chauhan or Dr. R Chauhan instead of full name. It is also given in many of the journals. We cannot write the full name as well in initial, right, in the peer reviewed journal. So we have to follow the this rules and regulations. Then clear abstract formation. We have to format our abstract very clear, because many a time journal will ask you to send first abstract, and then they will ask you to send the research paper based on the abstract. So we have to follow the rules and regulations for the abstract. Now here I would like to say that how to clear the abstract information. If you want to, if you are targeting A, B, C, X, Y, Z, any of the journal, in that case you just follow the journal, you just download or you just see the format of the abstract of that journal past paper. Generally abstract we are getting free of cost, so we just need to follow the, if you want to follow the abstract, then you just select the same journal abstract from the 10 to 12 journal, and try to prepare and try to draft your abstract according to that only, so that it will be more impactful for the journal clearance and the clear abstract. You have to be scientific and polite, and find a good mentor. You have to be scientific and polite. That means many a time our research paper is good, our journal is good, but it might be possible that the journal's abstract is the language we are might be not up to date, right? Our paper is good, everything is good, but we have to change the language. We have to add more number of vocabularies into that. That is all. That is also sometimes it is a prime requirement for the reputed journal, because we are thinking that the journal is target, our paper is good, in my paper there is no any grammatical mistake, my paper line is good, but the reputed journal readers are from the European countries, from the African countries, from the other nations. So we have to also target that type of people as well, right? It might be possible that our papers are very in a simple language, but they need something which is for the all the other nation and other countries as well. So we have to be scientific and polite as well like that, and we need to find a good mentor. Like in a PhD, we have a mentor before submitting of the thesis. We may ask them, we may ask some other person to evaluate the thesis. Same way in the case of research paper, we can send this research paper to the good mentor, right? The trust factor is here, yes, it is always there, but we can send the research paper by taking a printout to them, and for a reading, right? Anything we can do that, and we can also have a good mentor. So these are the point which we need to take care about before writing and before targeting journals many a time. Then next question, that is why to publish the research paper, right? Many a time I have seen that the researcher are writing the research paper, but they are not sending it for the publication because of might be the last moment of fighting between the author. I have seen that who will be the first author and who will be the second author, it is again question, right? So these are the point. Publishing is an important part of the research communication. It helps to others potential researcher new finding for the own and for other researcher companies. Publication is an academic currency, and publishing is a quality control. So many a time our research might be possible that it will be a good good inputs for the company, right? Companies are also taking the research paper for getting inputs. So companies are also getting something new insight from the research. So for a company as well, we can write the research paper, right? And generally I have seen that many time we are talking about the case study, but case study might be generated from the company's level only. We can go to the company, we can ask their problem, and you can write certain research paper or case study, and that also we can publish to the reputed journal. And then it is also possible that the same issues will other companies are also facing the same issues, and they may be download and they may read the research paper. So research is always useful for the other researcher and other companies as well, and other person as well, the new researcher new as well, right? And the old researcher as well, because many a time research also get older than older, right? For example, the marketing strategy as well as for the let's say for the financial strategy, the strategy of marketing and financial, what we are using before 50 years in the research right now we cannot use the same. So research may get older version of the research, so the new researcher may use the newly version of the research paper. So that's why we have to publish our research in the reputed and the books and case study and average. Now, this is the roadmap that how to publish the research paper. Quickly, I will sum up this roadmap, right? And we have to also go move forward the SmartPLS as well. That's why. First we have to check the developed plan before doing any sort of the research. First we have to develop the ideas that on what topic we have to do the research. Recently, I have seen some of the news on the website and on the television, and I found that this can be also a good research topic. For example, there was one news that because of the one of the bad news or bad statement of the president of country, the impact, it will be impact on the country's the financial websites and everything. Like in India we have Sensex and Nifty and everything, right? So it might be possible that we can do the research on this as well, that the statement of the country's president and the PMs and everyone, what they are saying and how it will be impacted on the country's financial data, right? This can be also a good research topic, and we can what is the impact into that. Before the day, what was the stock exchange price, and after this statement, what is the stock price? This can be also the good research, right? And another research can be like the impact of the directors of the company's statement on the company's stock price, right? This can be also a good research. So this is the just idea. The research can be start from this type of ideas only, from the newspaper, from the television news, from the observation, everywhere. So we can take this kind of develop the idea. We may develop the idea from this, then finish the work. But after this, we have to finish the work. Here, the finish the work, that means the pre-research work. Pre-research, we have to identify like from where we may get the information, what are the various literature we can find, what are the various points which we need to take care. We may have a like a seat, for example. After this point, I will just take your question, like Sonu and Ridu. Just give me 2 minutes if you have any question. From this, we may also get we may prepare some of the keynotes, like for this research I need to have this point first, I need to have this point first, and I need to target this journal, I need to this are the point we need to create in the book, right? That what are the prerequisite or pre-requirement of this sort of research, what are the various data which is important for this research. Yeah, do you have any questions, Sonu and Ridu? You just raise your hand. So
Sir, when we search the paper, we got the idea. We are going to do something like, example, you take it that new employee for a fresh environment. So if I took the topic, sir, I can search from the net and okay, net also. Can I put my own, like my perception I can put on the paper, sir, in this finished paper?
Actually, in this finished work says that before any after the idea,
Okay.
we need to create some sort of the list, like what is requirement for this. This is the
Okay.
finished work.
Challenges also we can do it, sir, in this one.
What?
Whichever challenges, if I said
Yeah,
now
yeah,
one
yes,
topic.
yes, yes. We can also write what are the challenges for the data collection, whether we are able to collect the data or not, everything. What are the main points we can add into this?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So yeah, exactly what Madam said, that we can add all the points into that, like whether we are able to generate the data. It might be possible that we are starting the research paper, and after a few months we are facing that the data is not available, and might be the interest is not there into the research. It is a question in everywhere, like the sustainable interest into the research paper as well. We are talking about sustainable development, but it is also there in the research paper as well. We may start one topic, two topic, three topic, but after that there is no any other topic like that, right? So we can do that. Then select the journal. So after that we have to select the journal, as I said, that in which journal we have to send the research paper, and what are the aims and scope of the journal. Then define the author. Here it is a stage to define the author, like who will be first author and who will be second author and who will do the which work, and like this. Otherwise it might be happen that at the last we are defining the author, and because of the fighting and because of some of the confusion, the paper is not going to send for the journal, and ultimately it will be in the case where research will not be published, and it will be under the fighting part only, right? So working title, we have to frame some of the working title before that, like what will be the potential working title. See, in this case I would like to say that generally in the case of PhD we are not supposed to change the title, or might be some of the university allow you to change at least once in a while. in the 4 years or in the 3 years for the changing of title. But it is a research paper. In a research paper, you can change you can remodify your title at n number of times, right? Earlier it is a working title. When you may say it after certain work, you may think that this is not the correct title, this will be the correct, then you can again modify. And before sending to the journal on the one day before also, you can modify the title after reading research paper 1, 2, 3, 4 time or n number of time. If you feel, you can again change the title. So it is everywhere, like working title first we have to frame, and then we can modify it in n number of time. Then we have to frame the structure. Here, the structure of research paper are changed as per the journal to journal. All the journals are not asking for the same structure. Many times they are asking less number of research methodology and the part, and directly jump to the analysis part and the model framework and the research framework and everything. So we have to just whatever journal we are selecting from the third point, we have to select at least 5 to 10 research paper from the same topic from the same journal, and we may target the same journal to the same. Then paper selection. Here we have to select the paper section. Here we have to identify the paper section. Like now, which section will deal with the which. For example, introduction. How much introduction we need to keep. Many a time it have also seen that the journal are asking less number of introduction but to the point, as well as the less number of literature in the case of literature, but to the point, right? But they are more defining to the model framework as well as the analysis part, and what will be the conclusion and what will be the finding for the national as well as international level. So it is depending on the how much we are getting and how much we are taking for the how much part of the paper. Then reference. Reference is depending also. Now we are using the APA reference, so it is APA reference is good for the research, but we have to check again that as per the journal what they are asking. Keywords. Yeah, keyword is a main important part for the research paper. Generally I have seen that the people are writing keyword before writing the research paper, but actually it is not like that. We have to write the keywords last in the after writing the research paper, because it might be possible that from the research we may have certain more keywords, right? Also we can amend the keywords at n number of times. So keyword is more important, because if you are searching the research paper, you are searching by the keywords, and it will help you to get the more number of citation. So keyword, you just select the keyword where you are getting more number of citation. For example, if you want to have your research paper reference or research paper related to your paper, what are the keywords that you are searching? The same keywords you can paste in your research paper as well, because in that case the searching your research paper may come to the list of the related research paper, and your citation might be the increase, right? So keyword is also a main important point. Abstract. When we need to prepare abstract nowadays into the section wise, into the like purpose of the research paper, then research methodology or research approach, then the finding, conclusion, limitation, implementation, this way. Because earlier the earlier in the research paper, you can see before 10 years or before 2 3 years as well, the abstract was in the one particular paragraph, and now you may see that the abstract is in a section wise. Yeah, just a 1 minute. Abstract is in a section wise. So here, as a editor, it will be a good if you are writing abstract into the section wise, like purpose, then a research methodology, then the implementation, conclusion, finding, limitation, everything. So if the research paper or abstract come to me for the analysis, like this is the research paper we need to publish in the journal, so I, as an editor or as a reviewer, I may think that yeah, this is the clear cut idea they have written into the abstract, so I need not to ask anything to the author, or I need not to just find out what is the objective, what is the finding, what is the purpose in this research paper. If you are writing into the abstract in the paragraph form, in that case I have to check everything, that yeah, this is the purpose, this is the abstract, this is the research paper, this is the objective, like that. So we can write research paper into the point wise. That will be more better. And format as per the journal, and submit. In the last step we have to submit as per the format of the research paper. Yes, Anup, Samashar, I think they need to ask something.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask, while you were explaining something about point number 9, the keyword, you mentioned citation. Now, I have a difficulty understanding the relationship between the keyword and the citation. Can you explain the same?
Yeah. So simple question mine to you is that if you want to select, if you want to search research paper, how you are searching?
Of course, by key some of the important
Keywords?
keywords you say.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you are searching some of the important keywords, then it might be possible that the related research paper will come into your list.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So in your research paper, if you want to increase the citation, right? So you just
Yes.
define the keywords which you are searching for your research paper. In that case, if for example, I want to search the research paper after publishing of your research paper as a researcher, so I will again search with the same site with the same keywords. So in that case, your research paper will also come in my list. I can download that research paper, I can cite your research paper, and your citation will be increased.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Rahul, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir,
Sir, will you keep your PowerPoint in the show
బాగున్నాను
mode?
సార్.
Like, can you maximize the PowerPoint presentation?
Which point?
A PowerPoint, sir.
ఒకటి వెబినార్
This
జరుగుతుంది
one,
సార్
PPT.
కాలేజ్దే.
PPT.
PPT, it is in 68%. Can you able to maximize this?
Okay, PPT slideshow mode. Yeah.
Yeah, slideshow.
Okay. Yeah.
Please do.
మైక్ ఆఫ్.
Yeah. Okay. And
Hello.
Sonu, madam, I think you have again one question.
సార్, కాలేజీలో లేను, ఆన్లైన్లో జరుగుతుంది. నేను ఒక గంట ఆగి చేస్తాను సార్. ఏమైనా అర్జెంటా?
Okay. Actually, in slideshow mode I have done, but in that case, I will not able to check these questions and everything. That's why I have not done it in slideshow mode. Madam.
Sir, I'll help you out in reading the questions to you, sir.
Okay. Then it's fine.
Let them shoot the question after the session.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is it visible in slideshow mode?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now it is in slideshow mode. Okay. So shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So then you have stage of publication. As I said that select target journal early in the writing process, identify the author role in early in the process, and follow the journal author's guideline. This I have taken again this from this research paper from 2021. They have selected, they have shown this three process, and we have to also follow this process. We have already little bit discussed about this. Now the next point is how to select the journal, right? And how to target the journals. So these are the points on which we can
Sir,
say.
Rahul, sir, excuse me,
Yes.
sir. Sir, it is not in the slideshow mode, sir. It is.
Okay, just a minute.
Yeah.
Is it now?
Yes, sir. Perfect, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So now next question is journal selection, and this is very important point as a researcher, that how to target the journal. It is just looks like if we have a baby, then we have to select the school or colleges for them, and it should be a perfect one, right? So it is just like that. So first point says that journal of scope of the journal. So as I said in the very first slide, that we have to strictly adhere towards the scope and the aim of the journal. So based on our research paper or title, first we need to check which are the list of the journal whose aim or scope is very near or very as per our research paper and research idea is very near to and very close to the journal scopes, right? So we have to frame that first. Then indexing, we have to also check the indexings, where the journal is indexed and whether it is in the Scopus journal, whether it is in ABDC, whether it is in ABS, or whether it is in the UGCL listed journal or any other reputed journals, right? Then review time, we have to check the review time as well. It will be generally, we can check that with the help of research paper, right? For example, we can check that by downloading few research paper from the same journal, right? We can download from each journal, each selected and targeted journal, we can download somewhere 8 to 10 research paper or more than that. And there is the information which is given to you, like received paper in which month, then received revised paper in which month, and published in which month. So you may come to know that yes, this journal will take 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, or more than that for the publication. So you have to frame your strategy like that, that if you want to publish your paper in 2026, right, you have to start your working from now onward. Because from if you are from today, it's in July end, so if you are starting your research paper from the month of August, so August, September, October, November, December, or might be January to June, a 6 to 10 months it will take for the writing. And if you are sending your research paper in June 2024, then it might be possible that after 1.5 year, either end of the 2025 or 2000, in starting of 2026, your paper might be published. So it is already looks like half of your PhD journey, right? So this we may also only come to know if it is from the review time only, otherwise it will be very complicated for us. Then publication frequency, we have to also check the publication frequency. Again, it is a very good strategy. Research publication is already based on the strategy only of the marketing, financial, HR, right? Publication frequency, that means if the journals is publishing research paper, for example, quarterly, or let's say monthly. So if the journal is publishing research paper in a monthly base, in that case the chances of your research paper publication is higher, because each month journal is publishing 10 research paper, so yearly it is of 120 research paper in reputed journal, for example. But if journal is publishing research paper, let's say 6 monthly, that is half yearly, or might be possible 11:30. Just a minute. And if the journal is publishing research paper, might be 6 monthly, in that case the chances of your publication might be less, because journal will select only few research paper. If it is a 6 monthly or half yearly, then might be journal will select only 20, 30, 50 research paper, then the chances of publication is less, right? So we have to also check the research frequency or publication frequency, that how much time it will take to publish and when they are going to publish, depending on quarterly, monthly, by 2 monthly, and everything, right? So, and journal reputation, we have to also check the journal reputation as well, like what is the reputation of journal based on their the criteria, and based on their the journals indexing, journal citation, and everything. So it is depending on the journal and depending on the paper, that's why, right? These are the journal selection points. Then we have to also check the editorial and review process. Role of publisher and role of editor also we have to check, that who are the editors and what is the role, how much time they will take, who is the publisher of the papers and everything, right? So we have to check everything. Now this is the process. This is the process of the general publication. Like, it will start from the submission. So first we have to check, we have to submit the paper, and they will go under the pre-selection stage. Generally it will be in a blind review process, right? Or peer reviewed process as well. So pre-selection, it is the first task, right? It might be possible that in the pre-selection your paper might be rejected, or might be it is accepted. Then if it is rejected, then you have to modify it, and might be possible they will ask you to resubmit it. And if it is selected, then go for the first review, right? Again rejection, and if it is a rejection, then you have to remodify it and send the paper, or if it is accepted, then go for the second review, and then it is accepted in publication. So here you have a 3 junction for the rejection and acceptance. But if it is accepted in the first phase, that is known as a desk rejection journal or desk rejection stage. If it is rejected from the first stage, the chances of acceptance in the second and third review, it is very less, right? But if it is accepted by the first stage, then the chances of second and third stage, it is very high. So it is many a time we heard the word that is desk rejection. So it is what the desk rejection, that we are sending the journal and it will be rejected, right? So it is what the process of the publication, and this process we have to also follow by the researcher and everyone. Just a minute. Now, this is the review criteria. Where you have what are the various stage of the review criteria, like a scope of the journal and book, whatever. If you are sending for the book and journal, many a time you may also see that if journal and book is asking for the chapter, in that also they are mentioning the citation, that call for paper in a one paragraph, and this paragraph also cited by certain the authors as well, right? So if they are using the citation in the call for paper, then we may also think about the quality of the journal and book as well. Then new, innovative and original contribution. Whatever journal you are selecting, you have to check that what is new into that, what is innovative into that, and what is original contribution for the author. This is the very common question that the journal may ask you: what is original contribution of the author, right? Because if we are citing everything from the other people, then there is no original contribution from the author apart from only the this analysis part, right? So what is original contribution of the author and what is innovative and new into that, that is also a main point for the as editor and reviewer. Then overview of the state of the art and subject. Here we have to check that the what is the new what is the art and subject which is new, overview, right? That for example, if we are checking some of the assignment of the students and some of the for example PhD scholars thesis, we are generally first in the first look, right? In a first look, how it will looks like the paper, whether it is looks like a case study. That is what they will check in the first stage impression, we can say that, right? Then we have that informative and manuscript content. Your manuscript content is how much informative and what content you are using. That is also important. It might be possible that you cannot use the same content with others are using very common content, right? If it is paraphrase, then we have to also check that whether we are going to do paraphrase in a right way or wrong way. So this is also important. Then abstract structure and keyword that we have discussed. Then clear objective of the research. This is also very important because for example, after reading a one research paper, if I want to search that what is the main objective of the research paper, then it is very big question on the author, that what is the objective of the paper. So we have to check that what is the clear cut objective of the research paper, and we have to write clear objectives into the abstract as well and into the part of research paper as well. Then results, reference tables and discussion. Everything we have to check that whether it is in the as per the format of the journal or not. Many times journal will ask you to remove the tables from the place, and you just write down this is a table number 1, and you have to include the table as in your last after reference, right? Index, that this is sorry, appendix, that this is your table, right? So this is also the format of the research paper. And we have to also check the language and the sentence management. Sentence management is a very big question for the good writing skill, because generally if you will select any of the good journal research paper, what they will do in a one paragraph, they will write the main point of the full paragraph into the first line, and then they will elaborate more into that paragraph, right? So this in the language that shows the this more number of vocabulary of the research, and more how you can frame the sentence, and how much time you are using the same word into the one research paper, into the one of the particular paragraph. So everything is important for the research paper, and these are generally the points which the editors are looking towards, these points, right? They are looking for these points in the one particular research paper. Then we have a list of common mistakes that we are doing after writing of before writing of the research paper. So first one, too early submission. See, generally in many of the cases I have seen that today I have submitted research paper, and from tomorrow I will start submitting to the A, B, C, D, F, G, and any journal for the publication, right? So generally it is a big mistake that we are doing that, too early submission. But actually process is that after writing a one research paper as like a thesis, we have to read first time, second time, third time, and then we may also come to know that yeah, this I have to change, this I have to modify. So you can modify your research paper at least for 15 days, 2 week, right? In a 2 week, as a research paper, we can read our own research paper for 4 times in a particular 2 weeks, and then we may also amend it in a 4 times. So it is 4 times better than what we have just finished. So it is a very common mistake that people are doing, researchers are doing. Do not present clear objective of the study. Some objective is written something else into the purpose and the abstract, and in the main body of the research paper we are writing something which is very something which is varying from the main objective, right? And in a brief and elaborative manner. So it is also not clearly mentioned the objective, right? In case of objective we have to use the same language and same sentence pattern might be possible, and the same the flow of the objective, whatever you are writing into the abstract, the same it should be in the body of the research paper. Then insufficient explanation of methods and theoretical framework. Here this point is more important if you are targeting the European journal, that is the theoretical framework. The person, when I presented my paper into the UK, they asked me first question that what is your theoretical framework, right? So theoretical framework is more important than anything else, right? And insufficient explanation of method is also a big problem. We are just writing, and many times I have seen that researchers are presenting one common research table that shows the research methodology in that chapter, but this is a very common mistake that we are doing. We have to explain each and every points in the very big manner, but in a very sophisticated and very research type language. Title relevance with the research and discussion. This we have to check at the last whether our title is too much close with the discussion and the conclusion and finding or not, right? Generally we are not checking this whether our title is close to research and finding or. And what we are also narrow down our mind because of we are framing title first, right? We are framing first title, and we are everywhere. In the case of introduction, in the case of literature, in the case of finding, conclusion, analysis, somewhere we are trying to adjust our writing toward the titles. But in actual case, we have to just frame the working title, then we have to finish the research paper, and then we have to adjust the title according to the research, so that this gap we may fulfill, like fulfillment of title, objective, research finding, analysis, everything, it should be in a one direction in that case. Then awareness related to the innovativeness and the research outcomes. Many a time we are just writing the findings that this is our finding, but we have to also check that whether it is possible into the real life or not, right? That means practical implementation. We are not aware about the what is going on in the real life. In, for example, we are doing research that for example in the case of the marketing, that sampling is good strategy for the increasing for the sales of the company. Let's say this is our finding, but do we think that all the companies will be able to use this strategy? No. So we have to also check that whether our findings are fulfilling the real time gap or not. That means present scenario awareness and our research innovativeness, than our research outcome, right? So this also we have to check, and then if we are doing this, then our chances of acceptance of the research in good journal will be the higher. Then ethics in the research, fidelity and the responsibility. Here we have to check that who will be the the authors guidelines and authors everything, like who will be the author and how they are doing work. Integrity and the justice and respect people's right. Respects people's rights shows that the authors and on the editors and reviewer rights and everything. So this is some of the point, like how we are justifying our research with the society, and integrity and fidelity and the responsibility of the authors, everything. These are the reference. From this I have taken the this all the information, like how to publish a research article and how to publish a peer-reviewed research paper from the integrative landscape research, and how to write and publish a research paper for the peer-reviewed journal. So these are the points, and this is what my information. I'm going to end the first part over here, and after 1 or 2 minutes we'll start from the second part. If you have any question from the first part, you just write down in the chat box. And let me also show you the second part for meanwhile. Yeah, if you have any question, please. Yes, Mr. Zakir Hussain.
Yes, sir. Sir, how many objectives we need to have in a research paper, maximum or minimum?
Very good question, sir. In general, one research paper may have 2 minimum objectives, or 1 or 2 minimum, or maximum we may have a 3 to 4 objectives. Why it is? Because if we will add more number of objectives, in that case, the journal editor may say that this is not the research paper and this might be the thesis. Because if we are adding more number of objective, in that case, might be we have to add more number of analysis as well as the finding. So towards the objective, minimum will be fine for the research paper.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions, or let me show you the one research paper of mine with the use of SmartPLS and the is a modern type of the abstract. Yeah. This is the modern type of abstract where I talked about the purpose, then designation, methodology, approach, finding, research, limitation, right? Originality, implementation, and then keyword. Then introduction, then literature review. But the main point is this, that is the research model and research framework. So this will be this we need to have for the smart PLS. So in this kind of research paper, we have to frame certain research model and the connectivity between them. I will show you how to find out from the Google as well. So this we need first, then demographic profile, and KMO test and reliability test. This we may do with the help of smart SPSS. And then factor analysis. But in the case of factor analysis, these are the few which is important, like factor analysis, Cronbach alpha, composite reliability, and the AVS value. This we may find with the help of smart PLS, and we can write like this. Then this HTMT matrix, we can write like this, and the condition is that all the values should be below 0.8.5, 0.85. Then Fernald and Licker criteria, the condition is that all this first value that you can see values with the stars, this value should be the square root of this AVA values. For example, if this is 0.652, if you will do multiplication, 625 multiplied by 652, it should be the this value, that is Fernald and Licker criteria, that is 0.808. So it should be the square root of this value, should be the square root of that IVA values. This also we may do with the help of this SPSS, smart PLS. And this is how the hypothesis we can check. The values below 0.5 will be accepted, above 0.50 will be rejected. And this is what the data, and this is what the table that we can have with the help of the smart PLS. And it will be also we can do it the AMOS, but in case of AMOS, I may say that this will be very helpful to use the smart PLS instead of AMOS, right? Many a time we, as a researcher, we may think that the AMOS is, we are not able to run the AMOS, it is very complicated, but the smart PLS will generate the same. Right. In this also, if your model is not fit, or if there is a factor analysis not done, they will show you the value with the red color. So you may remove that factor and you can rerun the smart PLS. And then finding, conclusion, and reference. So this way you can prepare the research paper with the help of smart PLS. Now let me start with the smart PLS. Just give me 2 minutes. Meanwhile, if you have any question, you can write down in the chat box. In the case of smart PLS, let me tell you that first thing is that Smart PLS we can use only once in a one laptop first for unlimited samples. That means in a one particular laptop. Yes, Anup Sharma sir.
Yes, sir. I just mean to ask you, several AI tools have been developed, such as Chat GPT, and now many I have heard, and on one occasion I have also used it to write an essay for my MBA application. So, uh, how can we save our research work from plagiarism using means some people are using these AI tools to publish their write their research papers. So how these publishing houses or the editors of these journals, they differentiate the authentic work from the AI based work?
Okay. Very good question, sir. Let me tell you one point over here is that see generally if you have seen this AI tools now, first let me tell you the reputed journal. If you will see the research paper of the reputed journal, they will use the citation in the introduction as well. First, the literature review citation, and everywhere they will use the citation and with the blue point. And if you will just click on the blue point, right, you will get directly to the research paper. Might be you have also many of you and also all of you have seen that if you will click on the
I,
one
be, I
point,
be,
then
Sir,
directly we will.
I believe
Yes,
you are talking about hyperlinks
yes, yes,
in the
citation.
research.
Yeah. So this is also the good journals are using. That means if we will click on that points, we will directly direct it to the research paper. Am I clear? First point.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now you are saying that with the smart PL, AI, let's say Chat GPT and everything. But in the case of Chat GPT, the citation, whatever they are giving, is not accurate. First point. You just see, you just write one research paper, and you can see, you just take that citation and you search the same citation in the Google. It will be very wrong in 80% of cases.
Yes, sir, you are true, sir. I searched like that in ChatGPT. Purposefully, I asked some, but it is not opening in Google.
Yeah. So they are creating wrong citation, right? So in a reputed journal, if they will cross one word, that is a cross citation and cross reference. If they will do the cross reference, there are certain software where they will add your all the reference, and in a fraction of minute they will take all the research paper into the software. So if it is a wrong, your research paper ultimately desk rejection. I hope I am clear.
Yes, sir, you are clear.
Chat GPT we
One
can
more
use,
thing.
yeah, Chat GPT we can use for drafting of some application and some essay writing and everything. But for research paper, it is not good tools to use. Yeah.
Actually, I tried using that for writing a synopsis for my research proposal, and it gave me a thesis. Say, I think with chapters for 7 or 6 chapters, it presented briefly. So I was just wondering if it is so easy to use the AI to get things done. So. It will be very difficult to
Yeah.
get the authentic thing published.
Yeah, but this is the we can say the doors to that type of researcher, that if you are doing that, you just search the same citation, you will not find a research paper into the Google with the same of the title and everything. It means the citation is very wrong in that cases. So you are not able to identify whether it is correct or wrong. Right?
Right, sir.
Yeah. Now let me take to the Smart PLS very quickly. Smart PLS first point, you can download it, is a very free of cost Smart PLS, but for a 1 month only first. Yes, Mr. BN Suresh Kumar, do you have any question, sir?
Yes, sir.
Something like
Professor,
this for
very good
month
morning.
only.
I am from St. Peter's University, Chennai. Sir, Do I want to publish the research paper only on my research thesis, that is PhD doctorate topic, or shall I publish on my any interesting area which I claim my APA scoring, sir?
Good question, sir. Sir, research paper we can. Yes, sir.
Sir, my paper is on finance, sir, a role of financial advisor towards a retirement benefit plan, investor choice decision. Do you want me to publish in my topic itself to claim my APA scoring, or as per the NAC criteria, they are claiming for directing to publish based on my domain itself? Shall I publish or shall I go for other domain, sir?
Yeah. Good question, sir. Sir, research is always, as I said, that it is a jewelry of the researcher and the academician. So PhD is something which we are doing on the one domain, and research is something which we are doing for our own interest. So if you want to publish your PhD research paper, it's fine. And if you want to publish the research paper with your own other thoughts, it's always welcome. Because in my case, I started my PhD in year 2018, but before my PhD, I already published 30-40 research paper on other topic as well. And then I started my PhD.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Sonu madam, I think you have a question.
I think, sir, it is clear.
Okay. Now, SmartPLS we can download from the net free of cost, but the condition is that for a 1 month we can use for the unlimited sample. That is 200, 300, 500, 1000, 2000, 10,000, 1 lakh, any sample, but only for a 1 month. After 1 month, we can use for a lifetime, but it will be for a 100 sample, less than 100. This is for a free case. If you want to purchase SmartPLS, you can purchase SmartPLS, but the cost is depending like 35,000 to 2 lakh rupees, right? So it is a paid software if you want to use for after 1 month for a more than 100 sample, and it will be run in a one particular laptop for a one time, only 1 month for a more than 1 month. That means after 1 month, if you want to use for a more than 100 sample, the same laptop with the different ID, it will be not work. In different laptop, it will be work. So it will be like a laptop to laptop. So in a one particular laptop, you can download and you can use for a 1 month free of cost for unlimited sample. After 1 month, it will be restricted to the 100 sample, right? And for this, first you have to prepare the Excel sheet into the comma file or CSV file, right? Let me show you. Yes. Yes, Dr. Malhesh.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have a question. Is it for one laptop or one IP ID?
One IP ID. That means one particular laptop.
Okay, that means one
laptop
IP
you will
ID.
not use the second time after using one time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, after 1 month, what is the subscription charge, sir?
It is 35,000. It will be varies like 35,000 to 2 lakh rupees, madam.
Okay, it's a lifetime subscription.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I'm sharing one Excel sheet. Just a minute. First point, also one point is that for a SmartPLS, you have to always have a one research model, right? And in that research model, you need to have at least 4 to 5 a statement, or we can say a variable for the model, right? This is a one research Excel sheet where you can see that this is a one model like HCM 123, then VPH 123, then SNL 1234, then ICH. This is the statement and the model variable. So we have to prepare this sort of 5-point Likert scale, and we need to have at least some of the variable depending on the research paper and research model. So we have to create first this Excel sheet, right? And we have to do the coding into this Excel sheet depending on the model. Yes, madam. Any question? Okay. We have to frame this model. Let me show you the paper, this paper first. This we have to prepare the data analysis, primary data analysis from the in the Excel sheet, and this model is from this research paper. Okay. Yeah, this is the research model for this Excel sheet, where you can see that HR capability, maturity, then digital HRM, and social networking and everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variable I can see factors, and from each points I need to have at least 3 or 4 statement, right? So for example, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if I am taking 4 statement into the each, so it will be 5 multiplied by 4, so total it is of 20. Then I learned this rule from the UK is that in this case your total sample should be your total sample should be 20 multiplied by 10 to 15 is equal to. So minimum you can use. Also we have to check the sample size from the Cronbach alpha as well as the G power. G power is a software which will give you the sample size, right? Yeah, we can use the G power as well and Cochran's formula as well. But this is for the this model as well, that your sample size should be 20 multiplied by 10, so either 200 or 20 multiplied by 15, right? So this is, we have to also check for the multiple side, right? We have to check the G power sample size, we have to check the formula sample size, we have to check this formula as well, so that if question comes from any side, we can say minimum should be this, more maximum you can take n number of sample size. So here it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 we have to check the we have to prepare the statement, 5-point Likert scale statement of each of this, and then we have to check this. From this I have prepared this Excel file of the data collection. So we have to prepare from this, that is HTM 123, DPH 123, then SNN 1234, ICH 1234, like, and then we have to prepare the model in the SmartPLS. So here I can say that then here from new project, we can write some name of the AI and HRM. We have to create it. So you can see here AI and HRM. I hope it is visible to you. The SmartPLS software, yeah. We have to create here AI and HRM. Then we have to select here, that is upload the data, right? So import the data file from here. In the we have to save Excel sheet into the CSV file. So this is my AI and HRM paper file. This will show you that how it will be important. You have to just click here to the import. Right, so till here we have to first import the data, and then you can see one more point on that, that is create model. Then we have to click to the create model. Then we have to select here the same, that is AI and HRM. Then SmartPLS, we can also do the regression analysis and process, but we have to select SmartPLS, and we can also give AI same name, or we can alter the HRM and save. So you may see to the next window, and this window will looks like this only, and here we have to create the model. So let me show how to. So we can combine the variable like this, one, drag and drop here and enter. So it will looks like this, and we can select, and we can run from here like any of the direction, like upper side, this side, this side, and this side. So this is for example 1, this is for example second, and this side. I'm just going to give you, I'm going to just create a one simple model, and then this side, third one, let's say this is here, and this will be the here. And I want to just show that this all 4 variables are connected with the one of the variable, that is here. So this is my like a basic the structure and the format and we can say the model which I have created with this. And now I wanted to show the relationship. So on the very upper side you can see here connect with the arrow. So we have to click here that connect, that is arrow, and now it is in the pink color, light pink color. Now I want to connect this with this, so you can see it will be change that color. You can see this with the blue. So now I have connected all the 4 factors with HSS, and this shows that now you are free to run your research model if everything is in yellow and light blue color. And again on the upper side you can see here the one table, that is point that is calculate. We have to click on the calculate, and you can see first and second, one is the SmartPLS algorithm and one is the bootstrapping. So SmartPLS algorithm will give you the factor analysis, and bootstrapping will give you the result of hypothesis. So here we need to click SmartPLS, then
Once
factor.
again, repeat this point, na, sir, which just now you told.
Can you please repeat?
Once again, you repeat the same point which just now you said. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How?
On the calculate, we have a 2 points: a smart PLS ACM algorithm and bootstrapping. So PLS ACM will give us the factor analysis, that is factor loading.
Okay, sir.
And bootstrapping will give us the hypothesis. So we have to do both. First, we will do with the PLS algorithm. We will click on that, and this window factor we have to select and start calculation.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So you can see that the result. This is the result, and we can say the path, right? Each variable you can see be above 8, right? 8 and 9. And this is the variables, and from here this side you just click on loading, outer loading, and this you can see that the factor loading of this, everything is in green. This shows that your factor analysis is okay for the further analysis. If one of the variable is in the red color, that shows that you have to remove this variable from this analysis. For example, in the fourth point, there is SNL 1, 2, 3, 4. If, for example, here it will be in a red color. If suppose, then we have to remove this SNL1 from our model, that is from this model. It is here, yeah, SNL. We can select here and we can remove this by right click. And we can again do the same process. So everything will be in the green line. We have to do it until and unless every this of the variable will be in the green line. If it is in a green line, it's fine, right? This is the first criteria to check the table. Everything is in a green line over here. First, outer loading. Second point, into the quality criteria, we can check the construct reliability. Now again, you can see that in the construct reliability, all the values are in the green. That means your second stage is okay. Right? If it is in a red, then again we have to modify either data or either variable. You can check the Cronbach alpha value, composite reliabilities value, and AVA values. Everything is in a green. With the combine of this table and the outer loading table, we can create a one table which I have already shown you in the research paper. This is second criteria. Now in the same criteria, discriminant validity, we can have this values. That is HTMT value. You can see that 3 values are in a red, but it's fine. In this value, it is in a red. It's okay, right? Maximum value should be in a below 8.5, less than 8.5. That is the condition. And in the same, we can also check the foreigner and local criteria. That is this one. As I said that this first value should be the square root of AVA values. So this table is important. So here from this 1, HTMT2, construct reliability 3, and outer loading 4 table are important for the research paper. These 4 table are important for the research paper. Now moving towards the hypothesis. From here we can go to the edit. Again go to the calculation and bootstrapping. Now here it will be, we can have as it is like 5,000. Generally it is a research paper, 5,000 is okay. Then go to the PLS setup and select a path, not a factor, and then start. So within a fraction of minutes, it will give us the data. Sorry, by mistake, I click on the stop calculation. And you can see that here in the path, only one path coefficient is important. And you can see that in this, 2 values which is green, that is hypothesis is accepted, and 2 values that are red, that means hypothesis is not accepted. Right? So here we not need to check anything, like green that means accepted and red that means not accepted. And this table we can take for the conclusion and the further discussion in the research paper. So this is all about the SmartPLS, and but the thing is that you have to only generate the CSV file and you have to upload CSV file only. And this is also table. If you want to show this table into the research paper like this, let me show the research paper now. We can take if it is a 1 month version, we can download entire file from this in the Excel sheet and we can take. If it is after 1 month, we can take a print screen from the laptop and we can take it to the print paint, and we can just crop certain points and we can do it. So this was the research framework model which I have done for this research paper, and you can see the output. This is demographic variable. This I have done from the SPSS, KMO test from the SPSS, alpha from the SPSS, and this is what I have already we discussed that Factor loading, Cronbach alpha, CR and AVA values. This is the factor loading individual table, and this table we can put like this, the second AVA value and Cronbach alpha table like this. In our research paper, right? And this is the HTMT matrix. This is the FL criteria. This is the cross loading. You can also take if you want cross loading. This is the hypothesis, supported and non-supported. You can write like this: decision of hypothesis, supported and non-supported. And then this is, you can see that the same model which I was created in the SmartPLS. You can take this model into the paint and you can copy and paste this from the paint. You can save as an image and you can upload the image here, same image. And you can see the mediator variable and everything over here. And then conclusion and reference. So this is how we can create the whole research paper. Now, if you have any question, you can ask me. It is open for the question answer.
Mr. Rahul, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the program is also getting streamed in the YouTube, and there are few questions in the YouTube, sir.
Okay.
Okay, one of the participant is asking, they have written a paper and submitted, but result is less originality. They're
Result
asking
is?
you to help. If the question is posted by Ms. Anagha.
Can you read again question?
I have written a paper and submitted, but result is less originality.
Okay.
This is the question posted by Ms. Anagha.
Result is less originality. Reason.
Yeah.
Originality we can improve. That is comes under plagiarism, I think. It is related to plagiarism.
I think so, sir.
Okay. See, for a plagiarism, only one way we can remove, that is reframing the sentence with, as I said that in the PPT as well, that we need to write the research paper into our own language, and we have to check the vocabulary of the research paper, and we cannot use the same word many of the time, and everything we have to follow, and in that case our originality will be less, and we can send the paper to the any of the quality journals for that publication, and in that case you will get your the result of the publication is also very soon. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other question? Yes, someone just raised the hand. Sugandha Humay.
Sir, before applying model, do we need to have a order like Excel sheet after coding, after converting into like a questionnaire data collection, we will code, no, sir? It should be in order to apply model.
No, one point I would like to show you. Just give me a 1 minute. If you want to, for example, I want to write a research paper on behavioral biases on somewhere or any other points. So we can search like this. Let me show you the one of the website or Google only. It is only Google. So just a minute. So if my research paper is on behavioral finance biases. So what we are doing, we are just typing like behavioral finance biases, but we have to add after that. If you want to in a PLS, then we can have a PLS, but I am just writing PLS. If you are not writing, it will show you the model as well. And then we have to go to the images. So you can see that there are so many models are there. You just click on the model and you will go directly to the research paper, and you can cite his or her research paper as well. And you can also sometimes modify it, and you can take a gap of the research model, and you can add that model as well. Right? There are so many models are available on this. If you just click on one of the model like this, and you will redirect to that page, and you can also have some more number of model over like this. So just click here to the more. So see, this all are the model, right? So you can, this is also a way to select some of the research model for the research paper. And then we can have the questionnaire into that. The condition is that we cannot use the same research model for the research paper, but if it is a model, we can create certain research gap into that, like demographic or the age group wise or the gender wise or any other point wise. We can include some of the mediator variable into that we can show that this is the what research gap that I have found. So this is the way we can select the research model, and then the questionnaire with the help of 5-point Likert scale. It is necessary to have a questionnaire with the 5-point Likert scale with the statement for using SmartPLS or MOS and to create the factor analysis. Yeah. Any other question? I hope I'm clear.
One more question posted by Dr. Arjun Kumar from the YouTube chat. His question is: he has written a research paper for Scopus publication, but got rejected. What may be the reason? They did not intimate. Can we have any reason? He was telling, and he stated that his paper was empirical paper.
Okay.
So, Dr.
Yes. Generally, here my answer will be like this: ki first I will also seek to research paper that what is the quality of the paper, right? But if I comment on in general, then it might be possible that because of the format of the research paper can be because of the you can compare your research. See, one point I would like to in general I wanted to say that whenever we are sending the research paper to any ABDC, Scopus or any journal, just take 10 research paper from the same journal, take that research paper, read that research paper, and correlate your research paper after writing full research paper. Once you will finish your research paper, you just compare your research paper with the already published research paper. You may also check there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points on which you need to improve. It can be the language, it can be the vocabulary, it can be the format, it can be the referencing style, it can be the cross-reference, it can be the tabular format, or any number of things. So this practice we can do before sending the research paper, that select download at least 5 research paper from the same journal and correlate and compare your research paper with that research paper, already published research paper, because in that case your chances will be the higher. Yes. I hope I am clear.
One more question by Ms. Anagha. She has submitted her paper. It's showing awaiting reviewer selection. What does it mean?
What?
It is showing that awaiting reviewer selection.
Okay. Awaiting reviewer selection, that means, for example, me, A, B, and C. I am the first person who is selecting the research paper. That means a desk in a one process. That means I have selected your research paper, but I am waiting for the reviewer who will review your research paper. Right? It is just looks like a PhD guide. That means once you have submitted your thesis to the university, now university will select that your thesis will be sending to whom, who will review your thesis and will give the comments. So it is same that the journals will select the reviewer that who will review your research paper, because many a time the topic, for example, they have a panel of editors and the reviewer, but that panel is not able to review your research paper, so they need to select the reviewer from the outside as well. So this is what the case. Yeah. Anything else?
We are very glad that you answered all the questions very patiently. It was very interactive session, sir.
Yeah.
And
anything else? Any question from the audience who is joined from this link? Okay.
You're very clear, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
No question at all.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yes, ma'am.
Sugandha,
Yes.
Sugandha Mala here.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm from life science background. Can we use this method for our life sciences?
In lab science, generally you have to frame a see. Actually, these models are came from the lab science only, because
Okay.
in the lab science you have to select, you have to frame certain model of the step wise, right?
Okay,
You
sir.
have so many steps. If it is done in the first step, then it will go to the second, third, fourth, and there are certain factors which is directly connected with certain process. So you can
Okay, sir.
definitely follow this process into your research as well.
Okay. You're having any model with our life sciences?
Actually, you can also actually, I'm not from the life science background, but what I
Yes,
can
sir.
suggest you
Yes.
that you
Yes, sir.
can go through the Google and you can search the research. You can paste the research topic, and after topic you just write down research model into that. If you are
Okay.
not able to find out, you just add one more keyword, that is research model, into this with smart PLS or with
Okay.
almost. So you may find a number of model.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you pronounce that? Almost. I didn't get
Almost
smart.
AMOS and Smart PLS.
Okay, smart PLS. Yes, sir. Yeah.
I wrote in the
Thank
chat
you.
box.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes. Any more questions? Sonu madam, I think was having one question.
Sir, thank you for making it as a lively session with your demonstration and good interaction with all the participants. With the permission of all the participants, shall we move to the session of formal vote of thanks? May I now request Mrs. Angela Christina, Assistant Professor, Department of English of our college, to propose the formal vote of thanks.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Kalyani. So before I begin, let me be very open. I'm getting into a confession. Because when Kalyani ma'am asked us for a holiday, most of us were reluctant. Trust me. On a holiday, what's coming for us. But at the end of the session, I openly make a, extended gratitude for this beautiful session. And for all the researchers, I'm sure this is a beautiful session where we really learned many things. I myself am a budding researcher. I had so many points that I could really note down and definitely work for my success. So let me, formally get into my word of thanks. No research without action, and no action without research goes in its thriving for success. I, Mrs. Angela, Assistant Professor, SMCDC, deem it a great privilege to propose the vote of thanks for this insightful session. As part of every occasion, we thank the Almighty at the priority list, for He, with His n number of umpty blessings and His benevolence, makes these things become a success and a beautiful reality. I take my next step to thank our beloved principal, Reverend Father Anthony Vinay, who's always been at our side in our growing ventures to make the institution a better place. My sincere thanks goes to our guest speaker for the day, Dr. Rahul Chauhan, who has given us beautiful insights. Sir, your knowledge is very vast, just like an ocean, and very clear like the water drop in it. We thank you for your humility in clearing all our doubts. You have furnished high-level infrastructure in your information, in giving us clarity to pursue our research to further realms. Sir, research has always been a hidden den in a dense forest, but you have given us a knack to pave our way towards research, as these writing of these research papers are always the vitamin pills to reach our success goals. We thank you, sir, for having accepted our invitation and made this holiday a meaningful one for all of us. Let me get into my list of thanks. I thank our assistant principal for her support. She's always been there for us. We thank you, Bhagya ma'am. We thank our Dean of Academics, Dr. Kalyani, who is the pioneer of all the research work at SMCDC. And I'm sure most of us credit our success to her support, her motivation. Dear Kalyani ma'am, we thank you, for you are the Karta Karma and Kriya of research at our institution. Not forgetting, you can rise above the ocean of karma through awareness. And that is what you have always given us. Quality is not your action, but your habit that you make us imbibe from your awareness, from your knowledge, where most of us are now interested into pursuing research. We thank our we thank Miss Susanna, who's beautifully led us into prayer as we begin this occasion. We thank Mrs. Suvachala, the Assistant Professor Commerce, SMCDC, who has briefed us about you. We thank Mr. Tulsiram and Mr. Rahim, for they are technically involuntary technical support at SMCDC at various endeavoring platforms. Not the least, my gratitude goes to all the participants across who have, with your presence and eagerness, have made this event a grand success. To conclude, research is what makes us go forward with humanity. And writing research paper and publication, every writer I know, it's a budding problem. But the scariest thing is a start. And I'm sure Rahul sir has paved us this beautiful start where we can achieve most of our endeavors with a grand success. Thank you and God bless one and all.
Yeah. Thank you so much for inviting me and connecting this on the platform. In future also, if you want, any of you wants any of the help for the research, I'm always be there for the support. And my aim is to create a research environment without any monetary rewards. That's why I'm everywhere. I'm sharing this. So anytime if you have any questions, I just put it my WhatsApp number. Earlier it was wrong, but it is 7 second number I corrected, and email address as well. So you can contact me on WhatsApp and email if you have any query on the research paper writing and publication at any time. Thank you so much and have a nice day and weekend to all of you. Thank you so much, the management and the college and the schools and principal sir and everyone, every of the faculty members.
Thank you so much. God bless
Thank you,
you.
Mrs. Angela, for your wonderful vote of thanks, and thank you, Mr. Rahul, for sparing your valuable time. And thank you all the participants. The feedback link was shared in the chat box here, and at the same time in the YouTube chat box also the feedback link was shared in the comment section. Please, and we thank for your amazing response. You are giving good. There is a flood of comments about the session. All the positive comments. The credit goes to Mr. Rahul sir. The certificate of participation will be delivered within 10 days. Okay, thank you one and all for your active participation. Have a great day.
Thank you, ma'am.